Okay. We are back. I have some great news for you guys, and I have some bad news. And I'm also going to show you guys how to play this hero at the highest level again, because I have a new build. You know, you guys are probably like shaking right now. New builds out. Well, not out. I haven't posted it yet because I am making this video for the people who actually watch the videos and people who actually want to, you know, pop off on this hero. So this build is not public yet, but you know, I'll get to that, right? Let's talk about the ult. This is the bad news. The ult got nerfed, the turns got nerfed, the movement speed on the ult also got nerfed, and something else, right? But you know, we're not here for all the critical numbers and stuff like that. I'm just going to provide you with my top insight. So let's just get straight to the point on what I'm talking about. Boom. 27k souls. This is about maybe 24 to 26 minutes into the game, right? I think something like that. And I'm going to get straight into it. Sorry. Spirit res. People are stacking up on spirit res. This is not anything new. This is common. Scourge. This item is Thanos. If you are E6 and you are watching this video, probably not, because I don't think there's a lot of E6 people that plays McGinnis religiously. But if you are E6, you know, nevertheless, if you are in a lower rank, Scourge, this item is Thanos. If the game hits a certain point into the game, they have Abrams, Billy, I don't know, Calico, any tanky hero, Venator. If there's like a support on the other team and they're buying Scourge, they're gonna put it on a carry, they're gonna put it on a tank. And if you're ulting that team, your ult's gonna do no damage. So I'm gonna just show you that very, very quickly so I can just get it out the way. Boundless, what else? This, we're gonna buy this, buy this. You know, we're just gonna buy a bunch of spirit items. Let's just be real here. We're gonna buy this. What else can we buy without overly? Maybe this. Okay, I know I'm over, you know, this, but nevertheless, 99 damage per rocket. If they have spirit res, that 99 damage is going to come down to about 89 damage per rocket. My math isn't the best, but I know it's going to be at least 90 to 89 damage per rocket to spirit res. And if they have Scourge on them, this 99 damage per rocket plus the spirit res that they have is going to go down to 70. That is no damage at all. Even if you have escalating and the escalating is building up back to that 90, that's no damage. That's not enough time to just sit there and ult. No, like, this ability sucks now due to the amount of HP that the tanks and carries have. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole philosophy. Well, excuse me, the whole philosophy behind the whole thing, right? Your ult's gonna do no damage. If you're already not winning the game with your team, your ult's gonna do no damage. I'm just gonna keep it real. I don't think there's any other way to explain it or say it. The ult sucks. I'm just gonna keep it real. The ult sucks, not as in like, oh, I want the ult to just blow people up as soon as I press it. That shouldn't how this it shouldn't do that. If you're not ahead freaking 8k souls, the ult shouldn't just blow something up. I'm gonna just be real. I'm an advocate for not pressing 4. But you know, that's the whole thing. Scourge, spirit res, debuff resist. The ult damage is nothing now. Boom. We are here now. This is what I've been running on McGinnis. It's not a turret build. It's not an ult build. It is a heal build. Like most of you guys know, I know. I was the main one advocating for McGinnis when her heals were absolutely OP. I made a build for McGinnis for the team. It was called Team Tempo. I'm still naming it Team Tempo again, but let's just get straight to the point. The thing was the tempo, right? It was the fact that I was able to drop 2 heals down on this hero and infinitely heal my team. Basically, that means that my team cannot die under any circumstances unless they had a maxed out pocket ult with Spirit Burn. Nothing else in the game can compete. But you know, now that it's nerfed now, I've been running this build, and I'm going to load into the game and I'm going to show you guys how to play the build. Okay, I can't believe I'm finally back here doing this again. What I am going to say, I'm going to say my piece. If you watch the video, you can copy the build, you can use the build. I'm not posting this build to the actual thing just yet. I might wait a few days, make a slight bit of changes, but as of right now, the build is going to be this. I think this works perfectly fine, but we're going to get into that. If you watch this video, you can use the build, you can copy the build, you can use the build in the game, because I can confidently say that the build is going to work. The build is going to be great for the team. Now, this is going to be the whole guide on McGinnis. I'm going to start by saying, my last video, I talked about blue lane being the best lane for McGinnis. I'm throwing that straight out the window. The earn is the main objective, and playing with your team is I would say playing with your team is the top objective. The earn is probably second to less, whatever. But boom, let's get into it. Monster rounds. Monster rounds is going to be your first buy. You're going to use this to push your lane. This is regular stuff. I'm not even going to get into it. Depending on how your lane is going to go, if you guys are very healthy in the lane, you can skip these items, right? So you can go monster rounds, extra charge. You can win a lane very, very, very easy with these two items, with extra charge and monster rounds. Shoot the creeps very fast, put down 2 turrets, you're good to go. Right? If you get T2 turret,
I need to make as many of these as I can.
You have 4 turrets now. So basically what this means is if you're able to push the wave up here and these guys are just stuck back here because of the amount of pressure that you hold as McGinnis, you should be able to take this tower in no less than 4 minutes. 4 to 5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes if you guys are just Thanos in the lane. Okay? Usually what I do, if I win a lane that fast, I'm going to buy heroic aura, and I'm going to, let me move this out the way for you guys, sorry. Let me just fix that. I'm going to buy aura, and I'm instantly going to go to either this lane or I'm going to go to this lane depending on the situation. And basically what I mean is, if my team is struggling on green, I'm going to green instantly. If my team's struggling on yellow, I'm going to yellow. Because the whole goal is to help them get the tower without griefing them hard enough to the point to where you take some of those souls away from them. Because if you guys know, if you guys are 3 in the lane, all 3 of you guys are going to split those souls. So like I said, go to either one of these lanes, help your team. You now provide 17% bullet res. And if you guys don't know, gun is probably the best thing to have in the first 6-8 minutes of the game. I would say 6-8 minutes. Yeah, like, you know, that's where gun shines. I'm just going to keep it at that. You have bullet rest for your team, you have aura, you have turrets. You guys should not struggle to go over to another lane to take the tower. Okay? But if that's not the case, and you have to buy this and this, it's okay. You know, you buy this, you win the lane later in the game. You buy Hillbane because Hillbane is always good on McGinnis. Killing reduction, you guys know this. I don't even have to go into this. We're not buying this for the hill on kill. We're buying this for the reduction, and it gets spirit power. So boom. Okay,
an excellent choice.
Aura, hill. Now the build is going to shift from here. I'm not building max ult, and I'm not building no points into the wall early. We're going 2-point turret, and we're going maxed out hill. So 2 points into the turret in lane, maxed out hill coming out of the lane. So basically what this means is when the earn spawns at that 12-minute point, and if you're doing amazing as McGinnis and you were able to take 1 guardian or 2, basically because of your lane, I guess. So 2 guardians, maybe even 3. Maybe it's just your game. You're able to take all 3 guardians. You should have no problem going back to another lane and farming up for a little bit. I'm gonna be honest. You can now take farm on this hero because of this build. Usually I would say don't take farm away from the carries, but you can probably sit in the blue lane, I would say, because I think the blue lane is just good for you. You don't want to get into a side lane and be useless. But if a fight's happening in the jungle, be there for your team, take some jungle, and try your absolute hardest to get Nova.
You know where to find me.
You should be able to run the early game good enough to the point to where you can get this. 12k isn't a lot of souls as McGinnis early game. This should be easy for you. If you're playing with your team, you're in the jungle, you're fighting, you're providing that bullet res, that tempo, that speed for your team, you should be easily able to get 12k souls. So the earn gets nabbed from over here. They bring it over here. So I'm just drawing this so you guys can see this. winning this fight is very key, because if you can win this earn fight with your team and have somebody to stay in the side lanes, or just keep up the pressure in the other lanes, this should be key. This is very, very, very key. This earn fight, you need to be there. You need to be at the earn. You need to be at every other fight, because once you have this combo, you don't have to go back to fighting. Maybe you have enough souls to buy intensifying mag, but the whole philosophy behind this is to have these items and be on your team. Be with your team at all times, because you're giving free bullet res, you're giving free spear res, you're giving hills. So yeah, cool down. You want this for the hill. This brings it from like, I don't know, a 30 to like a 24 second, 25 second. So more hills, more support, I guess, whatever. Enduring speed. You can get enduring speed, sell your monster rounds. You will have 16k, or maybe you don't need it. You can buy one of these, because this is why this is here. Maybe swap this 1600 for another 1600. You can always, build a counter item. That's why that's here. But yeah, so we're just gonna keep going in order.
Swing by anytime.
So enduring speed, echo shard. It makes the fights a lot easier. You can shape the whole fight for your team. You can shape any type of fight to make it a lot easier. And now that you have all of this support stuff, oh, the fights are going to be legit Thanos for you. You're going to be a problem. Like, they're going to start running you down before the fight even happens. Okay?
Look who's ready for a 2 a.m. metro ride.
So now we have healing booster. So I'm going to just show you this. It goes from 2% max heal regen at the bottom right. If you guys can see that, I'll probably zoom in, whatever. So it goes from 2
Someone's gonna be bleeding on the concrete
to 2.4. You get your tempo 2.5. I know it gets an extra 1 point. I feel like it should be maybe 2.6 or 2.7, but we've experienced that before. The pre-patch McGinnis Hill was like 3% max HP, and we shouldn't go back to that. The whole team's going to be unkillable if it goes back to 3%. But nevertheless, boom, 25% for your effective healing for your team. You get spear res, you get +6 health regen, 4 out of combat. It's just Thanos. Just Thanos for your team. You guys all get movement speed, fire rate. Amazing for the M1 carry. So Warden, Wraith, I don't know, maybe even a tanky Billy and Abrams. Just great for the team. And it's all at 28k souls. This is very doable.
Now go out there and
you buy expansion, nothing to it. More spirit res, more range for all your abilities. And then cooldown. This is where the build stops at, because there's no point to go left to right anymore. You can maybe buy improved spirit. This is gonna boost your heal from like, I don't know, maybe I think it's 216 per second to 224. I don't know the numbers exactly, but if you buy this, you're gonna have 220 something healing per second. Just so you guys know, this is pretty much the build. I'm gonna be honest. This has been working amazing. I tried gun, I tried ult, I tried a bunch of dumb stuff. I'm gonna be honest. I've tried everything. Gun sucks, ult sucks. This is probably the best thing you can do for your team. This is amazing. It helps to earn fights. It helps the regular fights. It helps the big team fights. It helps the mid-boss fights. It helps everything. If you're coming to your team and you're communicating to your team, guys, I have hill, I have this, it's here, it's over here, I have this, I have that. If your team's listening to you, there should be no reason why you guys should lose a team fight unless the fight's already lost. So that's pretty much the whole build. I usually go a little bit more in depth with this thing, but McGinnis isn't super OP, like critically OP, but I think this build is a bigger step up from a healthier balance from just pressing 4 and blowing up the whole enemy team. Because, like, I'm gonna be honest, guys, if you guys was going against this on the other team and McGinnis pressed 4 with all that spirit power and you guys died in 2 seconds, you guys will also be mad. But this is the build. Let me also show this too. This is the point order. So wall, hill, turret, 2, 5. Oh, you also unlock your ult, but you have this later in the game. So max wall, back to turret, and then ult. So this build is for the viewers, not for everybody. That doesn't mean I'm not going to post a build. I'm going to make slight changes to make it like more and more OP. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys for you know, always coming through to watch the guides on this. If I have any other information, I will make another video and I will explain the more critical things behind McGinnis, because if McGinnis isn't like how do you say, if McGinnis isn't like super accessible to every person to just be there and just instantly give value for just pressing one button, nobody knows how to play this hero. So I'm always going to be here to bridge the gap between, you know, the not so good McGinnis players and the amazing McGinnis players. So yeah, thank you guys, I really appreciate it.